Okay, so we're here in the Waterloo Warbirds hangar today, and Doug, a resident vampire stripper, is going to run us through basically the starting of the reskinning project. So go ahead there, Doug. Tell us what you're doing.
Thanks very much, Steve. And we've now got to the phase where, thank goodness, we've got all of the fabric off, the fuselage, and the two gun bay doors. And we're now to the point where it's time to recover them again. And as you can see, looking at the gun bay door, we actually have the seal at the bottom of the door. We've covered with aluminum tape so we don't have to take it off. But what we've done is we've covered the door and the fuselage now with 2 coats of aircraft grade varnish. And we're lightly buffing that off. And now the next stage, just before we go to put the fabric on, is our aircraft technician Andre would like us to cover some of the sharp edges with an extra little coating of the fabric that's going over top. And it's interesting because you can see the fabric here. It's a poly fabric, white color, but
it's a seconite, right? I think that's what
I think so.
Yeah.
And what's happened with that is I've traced out the pieces that I need to do to cover the edges here, and this is an actual example because these are the pieces I'm going to use on the second gun bay door. And then what I've done is I've doped up each of the lines that encompass the fabric. And what this will do is, instead of cutting it and fraying the fabric, because it's doped up already, it's going to cut in a nice solid square line, will not fray. And then I'll take these pieces and I'll put some dope glue down first, put the piece on over top, and then put lots of dope on top of that, and basically work with my fingers over the top to adhere it to either the metal or the wood that's on the side. These are the ejection ports for the gun bays that are in the bottom. And what's going to happen with this is, now that we have these covered up nicely and they're not sharp, this piece has actually been cut and it covers the whole gun bay door, and it's actually going to go right across the top of the opening of the port here, and also this port over here, and that's going to make a nice smooth surface. It's going to get doped up and put on itself, and then we're going to treat it with a heat gun. And my understanding is with a heat gun, once we treat it with that, it's like old Mylar. It's going to stretch, and it's going to be a really nice slick finish that we can cover over top with whatever material they decide, whatever paint, whatever coloring, whatever finish we want to have on the airplane. So we're actually now getting to the point where we've stripped it all off. Now it's time to cover it again.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
This is a really exciting phase.
Yeah.
Slow and easy does it, but it is going to be in the air for flying season 2018.
Coming soon. So just for the uninitiated, what exactly is the dope when you say that?
Well,
because some of us think something different than what you're actually saying. For
well, it's a mixture, and I have it here. It's 2 things get mixed together. The dope itself, it's actually it's rando proof. This is the glue, and this is a certified nitrate thinner. These get mixed together, and it sort of...
It's like an adhesive, I guess, eh?
Well, it's an adhesive. It looks like green snot.
Oh.
So, but it's you take it with a little brush and you brush it on, you brush it over top of here, and it saturates the fabric.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is, it actually dries fairly quickly. And
then when you hit it with the heat gun, then it'll loosens up, and then
right.
Okay.
With the fabric itself, once you got a big sheet of fabric on, you get it stuck on, and then my understanding is, I haven't done this yet, but I know that experts here have. Take the heat gun to it, and when you take the heat gun to it, it actually stretches itself like and it will make a nice, lovely, smooth surface over top the door. We're going to pierce the holes. These are the drainage holes in it, and obviously we're going to put the attachment devices on it to get the doors back onto the aircraft itself.
Yep.
But it's really going well, and this is an exciting phase now to be at the point where we're actually putting fabric back on the airplane. And am I learning stuff? Oh, heck yes, every day.
I think we all are.
We all are,
yeah.
But it's pretty cool to work through, and
Absolutely.
It's very interesting to see all of our friends in different areas, the Royal Norwegian friends that are online that maintain their own aircraft, and those elsewhere around the globe. this is an interesting process, and we're kind of all doing it together.
That's
So it's
absolutely
nice
right.
stuff.
And that's actually worth noting. There's actually we were contacted by a couple that are actually rebuilding a vampire in Wales in the UK.
Yes.
So we're going to keep tabs with them, and if you're out there listening, guys, hello, and we'll hopefully be able to share some of our knowledge, and they'll be able to share some of theirs with us as well. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, it's an exciting time here, and thanks a lot, Doug.
Thank you.
Appreciate the info.
On we go.
On we go, exactly.